Okay, I think I might be there. I think I might be there. Yikes! I don't think I've ever had that happen. If there are any of you there, I don't even know if there's going to be anyone there now. Hang on, am I definitely? I'm definitely doing everything right. I'm definitely streaming. No, this isn't right. Hang on, this is all wrong. This shouldn't even be. No, this should be working. Hold on. Hey, Wes. Okay, so there is someone there. Goodness me, what a faff. So that was really weird. Like I had, as soon as I started streaming, this literally the second I started streaming, my OBS was telling me that I was dropping 65% of my frames, which I've never seen happen before. Right, so that's oh well, this is gonna be strange, I suspect. So whatever notifications have gone out to the wrong. I don't think there'll be this stream. Let me just have a little check. Oh no, that is the link. Okay, so it is the same link. I have, in theory, I've started it. Apologies, guys. I don't know what happened. I had to restart my computer, restart my router. I've never seen that happen before. That's super weird. I was pushing out like 35% of my frames, which is super strange. Right, I've got a couple of things I need to do now because I've closed everything down. So bear with me a second. So let's get that open up there. And let's go like that. Cool, right. Okay, we're in business. Apologies. These things happen. And literally I noticed it. I mean, that took me a while to sort out, to be fair. But I noticed it like 5 minutes before. Because usually the last 5 minutes I've got the countdown. As soon as I hit the countdown, I was like, okay, that's weird. That's not supposed to be happening. Usually if you see red anywhere, you're waiting on another notification, but it didn't work. Yeah, I suspect they probably just spammed out a whole bunch of notifications there, annoyingly. Hey, Miss Palindrome. Hey, Mrs. T. Mrs. T? Yeah, you are Mrs. T. Why am I suddenly confused? Why am I suddenly confused by this? I'm discombobulated. Anyway, we're working on the spoopy house. Get back to the spoopy house. Yeah, that really threw me a loop. It's really funny how, like, you know what? Doesn't matter how many times you stream, you can still have one of those moments that's just like, okay, what the hell? What the hell's this now? And usually, so is it streaming at 720, guys, or is it streaming at 1080? Because I was wondering if it was because I have done something to try and fix the fact that it was streaming at 720 the other day. It's 1080. Baffled. Okay, let's move that out of the way a second. So we're gonna make this little corner bit. So I've got a coffee. Well, I was all like chilled. But now I'm all a bit discombobulated. But I'll settle down in a second. So we're gonna work on this tower first. It's time for some detailing because so far this looks pretty terrible. So I'm just gonna make the. Is that right? That's the wrong way around. That's not what I want. I want a corner piece. That's what I want. Yeah, I've noticed recently. I feel like this is a thing, like a new thing that because I quite often watch stuff. Well, I watched quite a lot of stuff on my on my phone, YouTube stuff on my phone. But I've got a Chromecast, so sometimes I cast it to the television. And I've noticed recently that it always seems to be that it defaults to 360p. And then even if you wait a minute, it only ever puts it up to 720. Unless you specifically say. You suddenly got the notification, did you? Yeah, sorry. There may well have been about 3 or 4 notifications going out. Hey Heather, how you doing? How's it going? There may well have been about 3 or 4 notifications go out there because, yeah, I had to restart it several times. They do seem to... I think that's improved though, because it used to be when you... Because now there's a thing that you can like link... you can link together your OBS and YouTube, and you didn't used to be able to do that, so you'd end up with like multiple different streams all going at the same time, which is really painful. Yeah, I'm alright. Just had my stream was just... I had some technical difficulties at the beginning of the stream, so I was like, oh. It's always a bit of a flap when that happens, but we're alright. How are you? I've got coffee. Heggsy Sullivan, have you ever been to a theme park haunt? What, as in like they spookify it? I haven't. I've been to a thing, so I don't know if this happens at all zoos, but there's a thing at London Zoo, and actually quite a lot of the like tourist attractions in London do like lates, which are kind of, they're really cool. They're like, basically they're like adult only. So like they open the doors for just evening, and it'll be that you'll do like a moonlight tour or something, and there's usually like a bar and that sort of stuff, and some like activities and things. They can be really cool. And so I've gone the wrong way again. Oh, what a plonker. Okay, I'm trying to make an outer corner. I'm making an inner corner. We'll leave that there because we might actually need that at some point. So that's pretty cool. I did one of those. The best one I've ever done of those was at the Natural History Museum, which is like I guess like the Smithsonian if you're an American. It's the equivalent of that for the UK. Hang on, have I got this wrong? So it should be like... I'm trying to work out what I'm doing. So I'm trying to go around a corner. How was I doing this a minute ago? No problem. And now I can't work out what I'm doing. So it shouldn't be that way round, because that's an outer corner. That's still an outer corner. Am I just going nuts? Hang on. I literally about an hour before the stream, I was like, can I remember how to do this? I'm trying to make a corner piece. Oh, it is that. I'm just being an absolute tool. So I need to delete that piece and this section and this section, and that will give me my corner of my roof, my custom roof. Anyway, so going back to my thing. So yeah, I did so there's like dinosaurs and stuff at the Natural History Museum, like skeletons and things. It's like it's a really cool space. And I quite like museums and things, but as you get a bit older, you like, yeah, going with kids is pretty fun to say, but going with just adults when there's no kids and there's cocktails, that cracks it up to another level. So I did the Natural History Museum, and so they turned all the lights out in the dinosaur bit. So they've got all these, like, if you imagine like the Smithsonian or like a big, any big museum, they've got a big bit of the dinosaurs, like sort of all the old bones and all that sort of stuff, and they had a big like animatronic T-Rex, and they did this thing because of this specials this night. So you had to buy tickets for it. Usually the museum's free. You had to buy tickets for it. And so there was only like, I don't know, like 100 people in the whole museum. It was wicked. And they gave you they turned all the lights off in the dinosaur section and gave you torches. It was really fun. And everyone had already had like a cocktail, so it was really fun. But that's probably the closest I've done to like a haunt, like a zoo haunt. I did a corporate thing once at London Zoo. That was pretty fun. And they brought out various different animals to show you and stuff. Da, da, da. So now we need to get rid of. Now we need to get rid of this section. Oh, it's not as big. I would definitely say it's not as big a thing in the UK. Halloween. It seems like a massive thing in the States. It always. Don't know what it's like in Canada. If it's the same, but. It's just like crazy huge in America. Tends to be. I don't ever remember going. Particularly, don't ever remember going trick or treating. I think I remember going to Halloween parties and stuff, but I don't really ever remember trick or treating. But none of my friends did. I don't think it wasn't as big a thing. Right, so it's going to be a stream of. This will get quicker once I've got some of these build pieces done. There we go. It's coming. It's coming. It's getting there. Right, let's just do this quickly so we've got something to use as a guide. So let's give that give that a rotate. It's not too bad, Heather. Once you get the first build, like the building bits of it done. So like, yeah, most of it I've just made. I made that section and I've just reused that piece like over and over again. And it tends to be the thing is once you've done it, like you've got that, then blueprint it and you've got it. I quite enjoy this. Is like a sick, a sick thing that I quite enjoy doing these things. Well, that's. I mean, the reason I'm doing this. Decided to do this spooky thing was really just to practice, like remember how to do all this stuff, because it's not stuff I've done in ages, and I've got a few things that I want to do custom building wise. Right, that'll give me, I think that'll give me something to go off of. Let's just see where that comes out. Yeah, that will probably work. The beauty of doing something that's like an oldie kind of styly is that it can be a bit janky and a bit messy as well. Right, so I'm just going to leave those there for now, just so I know where I'm lining my tiles up to. Get rid of those. We'll see how much we get done. Consider this is supposed to be the last time I'm doing this. We'll see how much we get done. It's supposed to look like that in the top right. Well, roughly that was the plan, but that's the inspiration. How close we get to it, those another thing. These are pretty good for tile pieces though. Is it too early to ask what's for tea? I would accept lunch. What am I having tonight? Oh, I think I'm having burgers again. I think I've got yeah, I have, because I didn't have the burgers yesterday. Lamb burgers. It's never too early to think about food. Oh, Lindsay. It's just not fair. You shouldn't be allowed to answer. I want lamb. I want a leg of lamb. What are you having with it? I don't even want to know. It's torture. Do I want to know? I do. Have you got roast potatoes? I'm guessing. You've got to have roast potatoes. Mint sauce? Plate me one up. Yeah. Send it over. Hey Dennis. Hey there, buddy. Oh, that'll need something, some jiggery. What have you got, Mrs. T? I've not had a roast in ages. Maybe I'm due making myself a roast dinner. Sprouts. You can keep your sprouts. I'm not a fan. I only ever have sprouts at Christmas. Tasty. That sounds nice. I've got a recipe somewhere for a really nice like honey and mint glaze for leg of lamb. It's good stuff. Good stuff. That's getting raggedy. Maybe I should have turned this beam the other way. You were eating this, brother. You're not veggie though, are you, Wes? I bet your parents at some point are going to be like, so... Mittens? Mittens then? Pulled pork nachos. Oh, that sounds good as well. Slowly cooking. Nice. Yeah, I've done... So how, like, have you got a slow cooker? Or is it just in a pot? You can do it with like Coca-Cola and stuff, can't you? I've done a cider one before. Nom 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 nom. You just don't eat lamb. Fair enough. It would probably be a bit much. Thing is, he'd probably smell it as well. Imagine the nightmares for poor Mittens. I am making my own roof, yeah. But I'm making. I've made that bit, so I'm making a corner section for the top of the tower. Slow clog with my air fryer. Oh, I forgot all about the air fryer. Yeah, all the gadgets. So how does the air fryer come into it? So you fry it first. You air fry it first. I still don't understand the concept of how you can fry something in air. Does that work? How does that work? How can that possibly be a thing? I don't understand it. I feel like that beam is still not kind of right, is it? Do, do, do. Yeah, I think that's probably going to go around the other way. I think maybe I'll flatten it out because it can look like it's kind of like flashing, like LED flashing when you do that. Trying to avoid too much the old Z fighting. Yeah, now I really want leg of lamb. I kind of think the last time I had a leg of lamb or any kind of roast lamb. Alright, let's just get all of this off of that grid, that other one. Yoink. Do. The game is a piece like that. What do you mean? The game is a piece. Oh, true. There is a piece that's. Let me have a look. That might work actually. I can't remember what that's called. I know the bit you mean though. I can't remember what it's called though. It's got like a. It's not actually called a ridge beam, is it? Ridge. Oh, it is. It's got this. Might be a bit chunky though. Let's have a look. That might work. It's a bit more chunky. Ordered a half leg of lamb from Tesco's, but it was unavailable, so they sent a full leg for the same price. God, you love it when that happens. You gotta love it when that happens. That don't look too bad, is it? I think if we trim out the bottom of it as well, just give that a little bit of a turn. Put a little bit on the bottom here as well. Like so. Streaming tomorrow. Yeah. Of course, it's not even Sunday. That's even more not fair. You're having a Sunday roast, it's not even Sunday. It's jealousy. I'm massively jealous, obviously. Yeah, I'm streaming on Twitch tomorrow. You're having a Saturday roast. Fair dues. You got family coming over, or is it just you and U and G. Not christened tomorrow's tea yet. Eh? Christened? Right, there we go. So there's a roof piece. So that should, in theory, because we're still on the grid, mean that I can... Oh, stick back on the grid. Copy it round. It's close. So that would be a tower. We'd obviously have to fix up. There's a few little imperfections where I've moved the... So we could use that. I feel like we could use that somewhere. I think that's probably going to be too small for that tower though. So we'll undo that. And we'll just put that to one side. Again, as like a piece we can go back to. Have a swig of me coffee. If you're having a whole leg of lamb tonight, won't you be having lamb tomorrow as well? Right, and then this should be... This is on a different grid at the moment, but it should be alright because I didn't move it. So that should stitch together with that. And then same that way. And then we would want another corner piece. So that's that again. Oh, no. Back inside the grid. So yeah, once you've done the first bit, it's like it's not actually too bad. It's just getting past that first... The key is to keep your pieces separate. So like, because the worst thing is having to like select something. That's why if you keep them separated away. Poor lamb. Poor lamb. Okay, so there we go. So let's put that over there with that. That's part of my little kit. That one can disappear. Right, and we don't actually now need all of these other pieces here. Because only one of those is really doing the grid. So we'll keep that like that. And then that should have... Oh, that's all part of that same thing at the moment. So let's just take that out. And link that. Is that too many pieces? Was there two? Where's the second? Oh, there's roof pieces in here, that's why. Have you ate any weird meat before? I have. I've had all sorts of weird meat. I've had kangaroo tail, which was really minging. I've had crocodile. I've had... When I went for Africa, I pretty much just ate everything. It was not like elephant and lion and stuff, but anything that was like buffalo, springbok, oryx. I think I've had wildebeest burgers. You name it, really. I did a thing where I like stayed on this Aborigine reserve for a few days, like on a trip, and it was pretty cool. Like, they did this whole thing where they did like a bushwalk and stuff, and took you out and showed you like all the different like natural remedies and stuff that they use, and how they use all the different like bits of the land for medicines and everything. And then at the end of it, we had this, this like kangaroo tail wrapped in silver foil, buried in the ground. It was really horrible. It was terrible. I felt a bit bad because it was really terrible. I think because the thing is, it wasn't like imagine what a kangaroo's tail's like. It's just like muscle and sinew and not tasty. And I had like ants and things and bugs and whatever. It was a little bit of a, I guess it was a little bit of a I'm a celebrity sort of thing to an extent. It was a bit, bet that was chewy. Get a bit of ketchup on it. Yeah, whack a bit of ketchup on it. So we're at. But you got to try these sorts of things. You got to try these sorts of things. I was in. I remember doing one of the weirdest things I've ever had. Well, my weirdest reaction to something I've ever had. This is gonna make me sound. Sometimes I used to talk about travel. It makes you sound like Billy Big Bollocks. But I was in New Zealand. I was in New Zealand, and I was just like walking on a beach, and this woman was feeding her. Was standing on the rocks, and had a stone and was like cracking oysters off of the rock, and she had a little kid with her who was like, I don't think the kid could have been more than about 6 or 7. Thank you, Peter Ellis. Welcome. And yeah, she was just like cracking these oysters off this rock and giving them to her kid, like as completely raw, fresh as the fresh as anything. And I was completely fascinated by what she was eating, for one thing. And I spoke to her, and she gave me one, and I had it, and my jaw locked because the amount of iron. It was like a hit of iron. Oh, this is getting a bit wrong, isn't it? Let me just leave that. Yeah, it was just like massively intense dose of iron. And my jaw went weird. It was like I couldn't open my mouth. It's really strange. Hopefully, I don't. It wasn't like a. I mean, I shouldn't have really have done it because you never know what you're gonna. I think you got to try these things, right? Never had oysters before. Not a big fan, to be fair. I've had them a few times and never been particularly a fan. To be honest, I didn't even really know it was oysters she was giving me. She just was like, here, try one. Cracked this rock, opened this thing, gave it to me. Just like sea bogies. They're just like snot. They're not nice. I don't really understand why they're such a like delicacy, aren't they? Quite like a bit of seafood, but yeah, not a fan. It's difficult to get past this, just like, yeah. Well, all of it really. The texture and the texture and everything. But yeah, I think it's good to try these things, but still don't get the love for cockles. I don't mind cockles actually, but to be fair, it's a bit of a London thing, I think. That sort of stuff, cockles and winkles and all that sort of thing. Jelly deals. I don't like jelly deals, to be fair. They're horrible. I think I've said this before, but it used to be really normal that pubs would have, outside the pubs, you'd find a little van with fresh seafood on it, like a little pot of, you get a little pot of prawns or cockles. You can't just have them. You need to have like vinegar and stuff with them as well. What about mussels? Do you like mussels? I ate some weird stuff in the Philippines, but I couldn't tell you what because I was told the sister-in-law not to tell me what it was. Oh, God. Yeah, that's a dangerous game. You need to know what it is so you can tell the doctors when you get rushed to the hospital. Like, oh, I'm obviously allergic to that then. Right, I think that's good to go. Let's remove you. Winkle, what is a winkle? They're like little, they're basically a bit like, you know, cockles. They're all kind of the same. Little crustacean-y things. I think. I don't really remember. It's another few thousand people. A few pieces, I mean. We had people come into the pub with a tray selling cockles. Yeah, we used to have a little. There used to be a, as I said, a little van outside the pub. See what that's like. Right, so that can now disappear under the ground. Would you like mussels, Mrs. T? Right, let me look at my little reference picture for a second. So there's all these kind of like beams. That's what it needs now, is the kind of beam structures that are coming up, giving it that sort of shape and everything. I'm thinking probably like those. Going to give me the curve that I need. Did you run a pub then, Lindsay, or was it just or was it like a family thing? It's a bit rusticy looking though, isn't it, that? But maybe we can make it work. So if we get 2 of those. I think if we try and do some like, where's the, because some of these Arctic pieces are really cool. They've got really good like kind of details and knobbly bits and things. I think that'll help. Just some more like texture. Yeah, that'll be interesting. It was back in the days when kids were allowed in pubs, being there with my grandma and uncle. Yeah, same. And then my dad's missus, or after my mum and dad split up, was her family had all had pubs, so that was always a thing. Village pubs though. What else can we do with that? Let's have a little look. That's a really cool piece. It's really difficult to get that used, but I'd love to see some little things that just like little details. It's kind of difficult to use it. It's so specific. Just put it there for a minute. Right, so we've got to make a. There's right. Obviously, there's a bunch of windows and stuff going on as well in this. We've got to sort at some point. Just like do one like that. Yeah, that might work actually. It's got like a. It's almost like they're kind of like ribs, spoopy ribs. Trying to get that not to poke through. No, that's okay. I'll do something about that later. So it's like a kind of big, there's like a balcony as well. Oh, I don't actually want to do that. I hate it when it does that. It joins stuff together and it does that where it's like, it won't move properly now. That's why I always try and keep the grid. Never mind. Can I actually add? Maybe I can add a mud pillar to this. Fix that. No. It's going to be easier just to eyeball it, I think. Okay, right, so that's one side. In theory, doing a time challenge on PZ today failed miserably. We're already at 2 hours. Is it one I did, or is it one of the newer ones? Good on you for even attempting it. Don't have the patience for those at all. Just make me cranky. They just get me cranky. Oh no, it's just not working on this side. It's a sure sign of something's gone wrong. It's not working on this side. Why is it not working on this side? Is it because the overhang is different? Kind of. Maybe it's just needs to be cheated a little bit. Oh, that's not too far. That's so close. Yeah, that's doable, I think. That's obviously not supposed to be there. That adds something. I don't know what, but it adds something. And then can we use those bits again? Maybe we use these bits again somewhere else. Like down here. I made the mistake of watching, after the stream last night, watching that Zodiac film with Jake Gyllenhaal and Mark Ruffalo. It's really good, but I was like, why am I watching this before I go to bed? They never fight. They never catch the guy. Catch the guy, he gets away with it. Cast Maya. Oh right, yeah. Cast Maya is what Tigwadoo's based on, I think. So that's the same map. I think. So yeah, I got really like sucked into it, and then I had to go to bed. So yeah, watching something about serial killers just before you go to bed is never a particularly good idea. Oh, sorry. I mean, spoilers for a film that's like 15 years old, but yeah. Sorry, I should have warned you. Okay, what should we work on next? I think we'll work on... I guess we'll work on this. Like, maybe this detailing? What are we doing at the top? I mean, I'm moving away a little bit from the picture because it's going to be a little bit wider up here, but... I think we just flatten this. What are the chances that's going to be the size of a ceiling piece? It's not a million miles off. Caught the Zodiac now. Funny is his left reviews on like Rotten Tomatoes, other Syracuse bios, movies about how much they suck. They caught him, did they? When did that happen? Hey Bold, anyway, how you doing? Welcome. When did that happen then? Obviously after a while after the film. No, because the film says he died, so it's not the guy in the film then, because the film says he dies. They think he dies. The guy that's the major suspect. Spoilers, Lindsay, but hey ho. Oh right, so it wasn't the person in the film then, I'm guessing you're saying. The funny thing is he's left reviews on like Rotten Tomatoes. No way. Oh my god, what a nutcase. I mean obviously a nutcase, but I've got a little habit going of like watching these things. I started watching that Son of Sam thing, which is a bit like so that's a documentary. Sorry for the late response. Byron came home with shopping, so he was helping him put it. What? Never, no worries. Yeah, I always enjoy it when the shopping comes. Shopping day, Sainsbury's man comes. It's like Christmas. Get to put all the nice things away in the cupboards. What am I using up here then? Something flat. Oh, somewhat. Well, I'll have to look that up then. That's interesting. Yeah, because I'm pretty sure at the end of the film they say that the guy that was the chief suspect. Because there's a big like that thing they do at the end where they kind of fill in the rest of the story, and it says they never caught him. They never like found out 100% it was him. I don't really want to use that, do I? Suddenly use that would be weird. Might just put it up there temporarily. What can we use? Oh, maybe we actually use the arbor stuff. That might work. Shouldn't really be timber up here though, but yeah. Probably should be tile again, shouldn't it? I'm not quite sure what I'm doing up here though, so we might just do this just for now. He's dead. He was never caught, but there's recently been some new theories about his identity due to some new information. Interesting. Hey Mortagon. Yeah, I've just like developed this bit of a thing for true crime things. I think it's a bit of a like it's massive at the moment, isn't it? Netflix is just like half of Netflix is all about true crimes. But the Son of Sam one is all it's all kind of devil worshipy stuff. It's all like super nuts. It's not the best documentary to be fair, but it's all right. Right, we might come back and do something with that later. So these are about as close as I've got, I guess, to kind of gargoyles. So they need to feature somehow. Right, look at the reference picture again. So there's like a little thing up here. That could maybe go. Maybe those could go kind of. I did this. I put a little sort of topper on that as well, off stream. Put position snap on. Maybe. Maybe. Not sure about these. They look a bit rubbish. It could work though. Maybe we put a little dome or something on the top there. Actually, that might be cool. It's a little like thing, little kind of onion dome or something up there. Okay, so that piece is actually separate still. So it could get pushed back. Hey Nadine, how you doing? Ugh, it's not nice though. It's not nice. I did so well with the ceiling pieces to keep it all nicely aligned, but I've gone completely wrong with this. Or sorry, the roof pieces. Right, let's have a look actually. What have we got? What sort of like? What, I can't remember what we've. I don't use the in-game windows very often, but have we got anything that? Oh god, that's tiny. Have we got anything that we could use? See, that would probably work. There's some detailing. It's tiny though. In relation to my tower, it's freaking tiny. Do, do, do. Yeah, no drop frames or anything now. Weird. Like literally before, while I was having those issues, I was 85% of my frames were dropping. I've not dropped a single frame, which is pretty unusual. So if we do, I still think that's probably a bit small. Oh, do. I have a lot of pieces. I do. All the pieces, I think, Dennis. All of them. But it's a one-off build, so hey-ho, go to town. I don't even know how many pieces it is. Way more than you can pick up, that is for sure. Yeah, I think that'll probably work. Okay, just get rid of these for a second. That's why every time when I click, this is what happens when you work close to something that's got a lot of pieces in it. You see it's doing like a click. I don't think the game would handle it, to be fair. It's amazing how much difference that made though. That little bit of detailing starting to feel like it could be actually something. Did I use the small? Oh, I used the smaller one. What a wazzock. Did you watch the doc on Netflix about the McCanns? What, as in Madeleine McCann? No, I haven't. You recommend? So for those of you who don't know, Madeleine McCann was a young girl. How old was she? She was only like 10 or something, wasn't she? That was kidnapped well, just basically just completely went missing on holiday with her mum and dad, and they've literally never found anything. And it was I want to say it was like 20 years ago or something now. Generally speaking, Dennis, the game doesn't. The game handles this kind of amount of pieces pretty well. It doesn't. Well, touch wood. I very rarely. Like, I'm not doing. Nothing is. I mean, to be fair, actually, that roof. Let's have a quick save as I'm saying this. But that roof is fairly comparable in piece count to a custom roof I built in Tigwado. The cafe has got like a completely custom roof to it, and all the walls are custom. Not to this extent, not to like, you know, every piece there. That's 321 pieces. It's not actually too bad. 334,000. These are the big boys. 12,000 tiles. Eek. I have seen that one. That one on Netflix. Yeah, Don't Fuck with Cats. Excuse my language, but that one was really good. I watched that all really quickly. Binged that one. That was the one where they like. They couldn't. Was it that they couldn't catch the killer or something? And it was basically of like a Facebook group that kind of took on the challenge. That was pretty scary, that one, wasn't it? To be fair, I remember. A grid piece. Maybe like lime. It's a shame you can't. Oh, you can now recolor these. I forget. You can now recolor these. See what that looks like. It might be a bit. Oh no, that'll be all right. Yeah, because that guy was like trolling, wasn't he? He was baiting. That was the whole thing with that one. That he basically just couldn't. He couldn't leave it alone. He couldn't just commit the crimes and then get on with it. He couldn't stop himself. His ego was out of control. He had to keep teasing and baiting and all that sort of stuff. Doesn't feel like it's really proportioned right at all. Do I want that? I don't know. The Night Stalker documentary. Have I seen that one? Night Stalker. Oh, maybe I have seen that. Is that the guy? Is that the one that they? Oh, I don't know. Maybe I haven't seen that one. There's so many of them. Right, let's make a hole. Oh no. Oh no. Oh, poorly chosen pieces in this section. There's a little one. Let's get that centered as well, because it's not. Where's the Night Stalker one set? Is the not actually? Maybe I've seen the Night Stalker. Was the Night Stalker the one where he eventually got? It was a Mexican guy, wasn't it? And he eventually got caught. Yeah, I think I have seen that. He got caught by people. It was it New York? Yeah. I have seen that one. Richard Ramirez, that's right. And he got caught like in the neighborhood or something, didn't he? Yeah, that one was quite good. Can we use any more of these? These are all gridded pieces, unfortunately, so they won't rotate. Does that recolor now? It does. Okay, that's the way you want to be, is it? That's how you want to be. That's the way you want to be. Helpful. I just want to try and get as many of these little ornate things in, really, because I think that'll bring the gothicness to it. Yeah, he was chased down in. Yeah, that one. Because did that one go on for ages as well? I watched that one. I think I watched that one a couple of weeks ago. Can these just be columns like this, I guess? No. So there's a really cool column piece, but I don't think this is recolorable now. Column. It's got like kind of rippled edge to it. What's it made out of? Oh, actually, these might work. With some jiggery pokery. Maybe just. Yeah, maybe just like that. Nothing too drastic. Yeah. Oh no. Only non-fiction book that John Grisham has ever written was made into a Netflix doco too. It's called The Innocent Man. Ew. Quite like a bit of John Grisham, so I might check that out as well. Right, I think we need trim pieces around this, just so it doesn't do that kind of weird. Oh, actually, there's some nice column toppers, aren't there? Are they recolorable? Let's just put those down here. There's a YouTube true crime channel called This Is Monsters. It's got some pretty good content. Interesting. Never heard of that. I wouldn't think to watch that sort of thing on YouTube, but makes sense. I think they're a bit ornate, and the fact that I can't recolour them is a bit of a shame. Right, so if we do trim, I'd love these things to be recolorable as well because I use these all the. Oh, they are now. Amazing, amazing. I use these all the time. They're so handy. I've used them for curbs quite a lot as well. Pretty good for that. Kind of do that. Just finishes that edge on, I think, a bit more. Lost the music somewhere. Is it just playing one of the speaker ones? I think it's really quiet again. So I saw my first bit of next DLC speculation today already on the Planet Zoo Reddit. Talk of European DLC. Yeah, what's going on with the music? Have I managed to pause it or something? Hold on. There we go. Right, so if we cut this out, maybe, or we find something that goes in there. Actually, so there's this glass piece. What does that look like in the... Oh, what about you? Oh, you're not terrible. You could perhaps work. Oh, why is it so difficult to move this? Yeah, that could probably work. Maybe just like push it right back in again. So it's just protruding a little bit. Yeah, Planet Zoo so far has had a new one every 3 months. Yeah, but we how long away from the last one are we though? We've only just had it, haven't we? I feel like we only had it a few weeks ago. Oh, I'm trying to resist cutting this out, but I think it's got to be cut out. It's the one I want to keep. So in theory, every one of these should have... No. Bugger. Oh, bugger. Oh well. Let's do this. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Oops. Right. And I need to just get rid of that bit as well, didn't I? Why is it that the game does that? Some pieces just, if you go anywhere near clicking them, like click there, I'm not getting any of those. Do, 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 do. I wonder if we can make curtains out of something. That'd be pretty cool. I'm well in on the detail of this tiny little section, but I'm enjoying it. Yeah, whatever. We'll crack on. We'll just crack on and not worry about the rest. See what we get done. That's not anywhere near right. You're glad? What are you glad of? The DLCs? Yeah, I kind of I think sometimes it would be cool to have some things being a little bit less predictable. But the trouble is, I guess the problem that they've got is that when things are a little bit less predictable, people spoil it with leaks anyway, so which I think is always a bit of a pain. And a bit of a shame for them because they work hard and then they just try and manage kind of like a PR campaign. Someone just comes and leaks it all anyway. These are so weird. Oh, me enjoying what I'm doing. All right, thanks, Dennis. Yeah, sometimes you just kind of got to find the juju. I think find the feeling for it, and then go with it. It's a shame those are so big because they're really nice. Right, so we could make some. I'd like to just put some doors in there, to be honest, but my feeling is that everything's going to be wrong. Let's have a look. Doors. These are all massive, aren't they? I suppose it could just be that my proportions are off. It's probably that. All of my proportions are massively off. I wish you just have everything recolorable. It'd be so much nicer. That could potentially work. Just trying to hide that little metal bit because it looks weird. Let's have a look. I think we just put some just put a light or something in there. What have we got that we can use? I think it's all a bit like proportions are all wrong. Like that is too small, isn't it? Let's have a look. Let's see if I get an archer. I'm going to assume. Oh, God. Yeah, I thought so. It's too small, but that's okay. We'll just stick with it. It's not miles off, but it is small. Are these? Can these be recolored? Just want a little kind of ambient light in there. I didn't actually realise that's got a flame coming out of it. I don't think I've ever used that like that. What can I use here? Maybe you. Take all the nice pretty colours out of it though. Not sure. It's getting a bit Indian with that combination of things, but we'll see. Crap. No, that's too big as well. Let's have a quick look. Let's put some rain in. That looks pretty cool. I think that looks pretty cool. A step on the road to spoopiness, anyway. Right, let's have a look at the picture again. So there's like a really cool like detail up here. Oh, I've just closed the picture down. Bugger. Second. There we go. I wonder if we could get that in there. Why did that other one not light? Oh, I took it away. Some of the rain effects are so cool in this game. Right, so let's see if we can get... Maybe we just continue with these kind of detailed further down. Actually, that would have worked better, wouldn't it? It's probably better. Classic set, probably better than this what I'm using. They're a cool piece though, I like those lamps. Yeah, that'll do. That'll do. Okay. What do I want to work on next? I think I want to do this, see if I can do something here, like a detail. So what have we got kind of arch-wise? See, that would be cool if it was bigger. Oh, not made out of stuff that's not recolorable. Yuck, it's a shame. I don't think it doesn't look like any of this stuff is. It's a shame because they're really cool pieces, but you can't recolor them. You can't use them as anywhere near them as many times. So even that piece, oh, that would be so good if you could recolor it. It's just like a Gothic arch, not an Indian thing. I guess I could I could make that work potentially. Don't think so. It's a shame because it's such a cool piece, but let's put on. I don't actually need FlexiColor. I just need. It says these. So these are work for little windows. What's the size of that one? Huge. Does that stick through? That's probably doable. I don't know if this is a window. It doesn't look like it is. It just looks like it's kind of a detail up in the roof. Just like a decorative bit. Just gonna kind of play with this and see what I can get to work. Stone. Dun, 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 dun. It's gonna have water in it. I don't want that. Don't want that. Yeah, none of these are really colourable, are they? Property. No, you can't change the colour of the base of it. What a pain. No, not the one. Not the mama. What's that? Can't be painted. Oh, that would be useful though. As will that little... Is that a rounder thing? I can't remember. Oh, is it like a little thing on the end there? Do 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 do. Guess we just whack a bit of plaster in there, do some detailing around it. I'm just trying to look for something just to create that, just something a little bit more interesting in there. Because it looks like it's just decorative. Alright, we'll just put a bit of plaster in there, I think. Do some detailing around it. White round thing looks like the moon. Not sure what that is, dude. White round thing that looks like the moon. Cinder keeps it white. I'm not sure what you mean. I'm not sure what you're referring to. Hole. Rod. Let's just eyeball it, that's fine. Quite sure why that when I rotate it seems a bit weird. Let's try this again. So if I take that by itself and rotate it, it's not, the point of rotation there is not in the center, is it? Because look, it's like on the edge of the piece here, which is a bit of a pain. So when I want to do that, it comes off to the side and not kind of what I want, but I guess that's always why it's going to work. So let's do, I don't know why I did that, but never mind. Oh, so this should, in theory, it doesn't. Why is it rotating like that? That's mad. Okay, screw you. Let's do what I was going to do originally then. So let's get a mud pillar. And then get my trim piece. Not that one. So if I do position snaps, that snap in the middle. Not really what I wanted you to do. Still not in the middle, is it? You can see it's offset to one side because of the rotation's weird. Oh, actually, I'm being silly. It needs to be the other way around. So it's alright being like that. Snaps like that. That is going to rotate. It's not really what I want. I feel like I'm making a massive unnecessary amount of faff over this, but there we go. That's what I was trying to achieve all that time. Do 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 do. Oh, pain, painful. It doesn't even really look good. It looks stupid. It looks stupid. Maybe if I extend them. That looks rubbish. And then let's do. Tell you what we'll do. We'll do. If something looks rubbish, just keep on. Just keep on adding to it. That's my philosophy. Jam some more in. Never give up. Never surrender. Dun, dun, dun. So the sorts of thing I do enjoy doing in this game. I know it's I don't know. I've always had this thing about obsessing over little details. This is why my builds always take so long. Anything I'm ever doing always takes so long. What was I just looking at? Where is that? Oh, there it is. So I don't want that colour spilling through. These are pretty cool actually. They'd be pretty cool for. Could make. I was going to say we could make this a glass window, but I think we won't. I was going to say these would be pretty cool for like making a stained glass window. I don't know what I'm even doing with that. That's poo. So I know what I'm looking for, but I can't remember what it's called. I think I've got it in my... It's a little stone piece. Oh, I'm not seeing it because I had flexi colour on. Yeah, those two is what I was looking for. Kind of. Yeah, I'm not kind of sure what I'm doing with this bit at the second. Just trying to add some interest to it, really, but... Can't know. I'm not even sure what this is. It's just a thing. But it is sort of a decorative. In the picture, you can see it's just like a decorative bit at the roof, on the roof. It's a shame that does that little. As you move away, it does a little annoying jank. That's something, isn't it? That's something. There's something. It's a somewhat lazy way of doing it, but I think bearing in mind where we are in terms of progress of this. Right, so these were going to be... I don't know if I'm going to... I think I'm pretty much just going to focus on the front and not the back. Because I'll be here for forever and a day. Oh, bugger. Oh, bugger. There we go. Windows. It's not quite gonna fit, is it? Make it fit. We can make it fit. There we go. One of those grouped together. Do. I think it was actually a better position before. Yeah. And then like just a little beam or something there. Post. Stone post is what I'm after. I can't remember what these are called though. Stone. I don't think it's that because that's thick. Yeah, it's a thick boy. That's not really what I wanted. Not sure about this green for this stone either. It feels like it's getting a bit. I don't know. I think it's okay. Right. Maybe just a little windowsill for it. It's a touch bling. It's a touch bling. Not what we want. That's a bit wide as well. Yes. What is the piece I usually use? Maybe it's a window bit? Yeah, there we go. Shame that can't be recoloured either. It's got some really nice little details on it, that, but it's not recolourable. I don't know. It doesn't add anything, does it? It doesn't add anything at all. It's not the one. Oh well. No. Itchy nose. Itchy nose break. Oh, sorry, donked the microphone. It's a new docuseries landed on Netflix this week called The Motive, about a 14-year-old boy that shot his family dead back in 1986 in Jerusalem. What's that one that guy? So there's an old geezer that just got put in jail for killing his wife, I think it was, or his secretary or something, and it went on for ages. It was he'd been accused of it. Oh, there's a new I mean, it's not. There's a new Tiger King thing as well, isn't there? Tiger King 2 starting soon. I've got bloody holes in this. Got shocking. I've got holes in my roof. I've got tiles sticking through. How's this happened? Yeah, there was a court case of a guy recently who got... It was like a cold case, basically, and he got... I think he was a multi-millionaire as well. In America. Right, so what are we doing on top here? I'll grab those little bits that I've done there. What did I... Is that it? I wonder if I actually put a light inside that or not. Does that glow? It does. Okay. La 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 la. It's probably going to be a bit too much for that. Yes. But we'll get rid of that little knobbly bit there. No. Can't have it. Yeah, I think the new one, I think the new Tiger King, I saw a trailer for it the other day, and I think it's supposed to be more about Carol and stuff as well. Because isn't there like a whole bunch of new stuff that's happened? The one you were talking about was on HBO in September. That sounds about right. Do you remember what it was called? So I can't watch it on anything else then. I don't have Sky, so I can't watch it on anything else. Might come to Netflix. That's it, the Jinx. Well done. How did you get it from that terrible description? How did you get it from my like non-existent description? My mega mumblings. I didn't give you very much to go on. You did well. Do. Does that say glass colour? That's not supposed to be glass, is it? Looks like it's made out of like a tassel. No, we don't want any light coming off of it. Glass colour. Millionaire cold case is solved. Well done. That's a bit rubbish, but I think it'll do. Let's stick that one back over there as well. Dude. Hey, Hilda Martinez. That's a lot of love. Thank you. Follow the Tiger King on Facebook. I think he has lost everything. Husband fleeced him and ran off with another man or something. Yeah, Joe Exotic, right? I think so. But he blatantly played for the dude to shoot someone. I think they're all as bad as each other. I do feel a bit sorry for him because he's obviously, he's obviously got something wrong with him. He's got some major mental health issues going down. But he's also, I feel like he definitely paid that dude to shoot him. To have Carol shot. There's an element of car crash television to it, isn't there? That's what's appealing, is that they're all just, you're like, as you go through the series, every episode's like, there's another person that's like a soap opera. There's like another person that's written for a soap opera. Might actually, I don't know. Probably not in the roof. Maybe down here. Do something about that. They're all guilty in some way or other, yeah. Well, I think the new one's going to be looking more into Carol's story and stuff. I don't know what to do about this little tower. Definitely what the heck television, yeah. Even the guy that's like the documentary maker as well. It's like, God. Imagine stumbling across this story. I think the guy that made it eventually, I can't remember. I think he'd been trying to make it for quite a long time. But not like the other dudes. The guy that was making the producer, who was a complete wash up as well. Yeah, he was actually. That's right. He was convinced he was going to get pardoned. Wouldn't have been surprised, in all honesty, because there was a whole big thing about it, wasn't there? There was like a big sort of movement from people. Right, windows. Windows. Indeed, yeah. Stranger things have happened. I mean, some of the people that did get pardoned were pretty questionable as well. Have you seen that film, Bombshell? That's about all of the Sky News stuff. All the women getting molested at Sky. And that's one of Trump's press dude, I think it was. That doesn't work, does it? It's a shame again. If you could recolour that, it'd be wicked, but you can't recolour it. You can only recolour the light. Maybe that one. That one. Yeah, Bombshell. It's really good. It's Nicole Kidman, Charlize Theron, and Charlize Theron doesn't look a lot like Charlize Theron in it at all. Margot Robbie, the Australian girl. It's really good. It's a good. It's not like a. It's it's kind of like a but I think it's supposed to be pretty religious to the story, but it's a, you know, it's a dramatization sort of thing. Aha. Does that work? I don't know. I'm not sure about the shape now. It's not quite right, is it? But it's definitely a bit too. Well, maybe it's all right. I can't work out whether I want them down here on the actual tower, or kind of up in the roof like that. I feel like it's actually a bit too big for the roof. Hello, Rafi? Hey, Rafi, how you doing? Welcome in. Oh, retracted. See ya, bye. Thanks for stopping by. Maybe it wasn't the right stream. Maybe it wasn't the stream that person wanted to join. You can say hello. It's fine. You're allowed to say hello. Peeps are allowed to say hello. Yeah, I know that's all right. It's not amazing, but it's all right. Let's save. Do. Trying to work out if this needs more of this gubbins kind of underneath it, or if that's a bit too much. Or is there a thing? Is there ever a thing that's too much? Oh, pain. Yeah, that looks alright, I think. And then we'll do something, just some more basic windows here. Oh, there's little people in there. I've noticed those before. Trying to get rid of that little brick bit. I don't want that. Doesn't look right. Well, hey, cray. Something just to hide that way. Can't watch Bombshell on any streaming services without paying extra. Oh, actually, yeah, I watched it on Sky, to be fair. Back when I had Sky. There's not a lot, to be fair. There's not a lot that's like worth. You get, I mean, you get Sky. You do get Sky. You get movies and stuff on Sky, but you have to pay so much for everything. I don't really know what I'm doing here. What am I doing? What am I faffing about with this? Just make it out of timber. Beam. Da, 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 da. The stream services now, it's hard to choose. Yeah, I mean the big thing that's I think is the difference between Sky and Netflix and Disney and all that sort of stuff, and I think Sky will have to address is the fact that you just, if you want Netflix or you want Disney, you just have those things for as long as you want. You only have to have them for, you could literally just have them for a month and then get rid of them. Whereas Sky, you have to take a subscription, and then and everything is stupid expensive. The thing that always grates on me about all of them, to an extent, is that you pay for your subscription. In fact, actually, Netflix doesn't do this, and Disney Plus doesn't do it, but Amazon does it, and Sky does it. Is that you then get like stuff that is an additional cost on top of it. So you'll get like, so I was looking at something on, so I've got Amazon Prime, and I don't know if there's like another tier of Amazon Prime, but whatever I've got doesn't entitle me to everything that's on Prime movies and video. There's like a bunch of stuff that I'd have to rent or buy from them. And that's the same with Sky, is that they do, so like take something like, not, I don't really watch it, but if you were really into like boxing or into MMA or something, you buy your Sky Sports package. You can get all of the Sky Sports packages, but then when a big boxing match comes along, they put it on Sky Box Office. It's like, hang on a minute, how does that work then? So I have to still spend more money on it. But yeah, the fact that you can just, you can subscribe to them for a little while and then just bin it off if you just don't think it's good. Sky is really expensive. And most of the time, what I've always found when I've had Sky is that you still pretty much just end up watching the same crappy television that you would have done if you hadn't bothered. the only thing that they've got that I do kind of miss is the fact that you can, you can record stuff and you can, do live pause and all those things. That's kind of handy. This isn't my greatest of works, but hey ho. And then the other thing as well is that you don't get, like today. So you get so if you're into football or soccer, then you still get days where they don't play the matches because they don't get the matches. So like I would have quite liked to have watched one of the matches today, but none of them are broadcasting it. So you'd have to watch it. You'd have to watch it on some dodgy streaming service from like some unofficial means, basically. Just one window or two? Maybe shutters as well? Just little simple thing maybe that we could do. Just doing kind of imply shutters. Quite enjoying this though. This is something I've never, as I said, I've never really done anything that's just been kind of architectural in the game. Guess it should really be the other way, shouldn't it? Sometimes you just don't have a piece that's small enough. So that is about the half of a window. It's a little bit less. Love it when it does that. Love it when it does that. A bit croaky today. Keep clearing my throat. Apologies. This is not really going to be right, but I think this is what we'll give this a go. See what this looks like. Oh, it's kind of rubbish, isn't it? Let's try just go in. Something a bit simpler. Just rotate that one. Yeah, this might work. Just can't get a piece that's kind of that width That's what I'm struggling with. Yeah, what I found I did with Sky most of the time was just pretty much just move between channels most of the time. Just be like, this is crap, but I suppose I'll watch this. If I ever watched normal television, that's kind of trying to, I think that's the game you try and play with Sky, is to never watch television when it wants you to watch television. Only ever watch it when you can record it and watch it at your own time without the adverts. If you can avoid the adverts and just be like, no, I want to be able to fast forward through all this, then you're winning at life as far as I'm concerned. Got Now TV back when the Ryder Cup was on. I think it cost me 23 quid per month, but 3-month free trial, if I remember rightly, and I have all the Sky Sports channels available. That's not bad, is it? 23. Well, £23 a month though. Still, yeah, still a decent chunk of money. But that's better than the. Yeah, because I think on Now TV you can then just do like an on-demand thing with sport as well. Yeah, that looks alright. That'll do. Put a wee little bit of detail into it because you can. Just a little something. Do. Hey Benjamin, how you doing? Hope you're doing well, dude. Yeah, I'd buy that. I'd buy that as a set of blinds. Not sure how I feel about this top section. That feels weird. Does it need 2 windows? Did they move down straight? I don't feel like they're centered. Yeah, not bad, dude. Not bad. So I guess we could kind of continue this down here. It's getting a bit more grand now. What the deuce? Oh, okay. So if we're moving, we're definitely moving away from the picture. I still need to do this as well. but it's turning into something, isn't it? It's definitely turning into something. And we say this is not spooky anymore. I don't know if this is. I'm not sure about these. They're weirding me out still. But maybe it's because this dormer's not done. Obviously we've got all of this to do still. Oh, we've got a massive great big hole in the wall. We've got a massive great big hole in the wall, both? No. Oh no. That tower looks cool though. I'm happy with the tower. Still needs something on top. But if we took that sort of level of detail over everything, maybe we continue. What we could do actually is use that texture again. Excuse me, without a bendy bit on top. And we use this down here. Oh, why are these my choices? Give me choices that go along here. Not those two choices that are basically both useless to me. Have I got a grid? I have got a grid. Look, where am I getting that grid from? Where's the grid piece for that then? Aha. So we can make it happen. If we take that grid piece and copy that, and then we take that puppy again and we pick it up and we line that up with that by using the power of eyeballs. In theory, now, if I group those together, I'll take that one out of that group. Group those together. This guy should now be in alignment with these. And if I do that, I should be able to move them along. Yeah, that'll work. Cool. In fact, actually, I don't even need to use the grid. I think because that grid piece is there, I think if I now just use the move. Yeah, sweet. It's the power of the grid pieces for you. I might actually space these windows out. What we might just do. Let's just see what this looks like. Right, so we'll try and keep those kind of roughly evenly spaced. And then we'll put the windows in the gaps. No, 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 no. That last one might have been a bit short, but never mind. Right, and then we'll get rid of these. See, I was saying you could literally just build on a much, if you just completely ignored the scale of the game and went much larger, but just built everything, built whatever you wanted to build, like build a house or build things that are sort of architecturally. That might be kind of fun to do. Just build whatever. You'd obviously lose all the kind of the door pieces and things, but you'd be able to get much more detail because you just you build on a much bigger level, a bit bigger size. Hello, Salami Gecko. What a name. Welcome in. Should have kept these windows separate because it's annoying. Cool, let's get rid of that first one then, I think. Yeah. She's a coming. She's a coming. What are you doing? What have we used you for? Why are you here? Right, let's work on this. Let's work on this little dormer section then. Still not sure about these. I don't know what it... I feel like... Hang on. I know what's happened. I know what's happened in my brain. Hang on. I can see what I'm seeing now. Hold on a minute. I can't unsee this. Hang on a sec. I'm trying to get a picture. I'm trying to get a picture. I knew it was doing something to me. This is what I'm seeing. I cannot unsee it. That's what I'm seeing in my brain. Every time I look at those windows. I don't like them. They look stupid. They need to go, but maybe not right now. I don't mind them up here. I think they look all right up there. Maybe. I think it's just the shape. The shape doesn't fit. Too much like Wally. Let's get rid of that one. Alright, so let's do a bit of this. No, where's my reference picture gone? Okay. Hey Phoenix Orca, yeah, it's coming along, isn't it? I think it's definitely starting to turn into something. I'm happy with the tower. Still haven't decided whether I'm putting something more on the top of there. Because at the moment those four little bits look kind of weird. I'm still not a big fan of this either, at all. The whole thing looks a bit wrong. But we'll see how it feels once I've balanced it out with this. So... I guess in theory we could pick that up. It's not a balcony though, is it? This one. It's more like just a window. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. So there's a bit, there's kind of like coming, there's a section that kind of comes down. Maybe this roof is too low. It's a section that kind of comes down from there. I've got any of that wall texture, yeah. Oh, no, didn't want to do that. I want to stay on the same grid, but I just don't want it to be the same group as those. And then let's just move it off the grid now. Where's the gizmo? Why is it there? Oh, okay. Fair enough. It does get a bit overwhelming sometimes when you have to kind of, when you're trying to do this where you're like keeping things in, so like there's all my roof pieces. I should probably have these over there as well. Trying to keep yourself kind of organized as to what you're using. Right, I don't think we're going to do too much more of this tonight, so I'm going to have to try and work out how I'm going to end up doing more of this, because I'm actually really enjoying it. I think it's probably a bit stale for people to watch, but apologies for that. I'm actually really enjoying it. But there's no animals, which tends to be a bit of a thing that turns people off, obviously, because fair enough, it's Planet Zoo. And I'm also not obviously building in anything that's none of my zoos at the moment. But this is kind of all useful stuff. And what I might end up doing is just using some of the kit. Like I could keep this whole kit as like a build set and this, and make a building, because I like, yeah, make a building out of it that, you know, isn't quite as spooky looking. To be fair, it's not spooky looking at all yet, is it really? It's not really spooky looking at all. It's kind of getting to be a fairly ornate. Although I guess nothing is really ever spooky looking. The one in the picture's not particularly, until you put all the sort of craggy trees and the moonlight and all that sort of stuff. So you put all that in. Oh, I'm doing the same thing over and over again. Like that is what I want. Yeah, we'll do that in a sec. Defo. Na, 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 na. Right, so this is sort of just all detailing by the looks of it. So what have we got here? We've got a little bit of a kind of overhang. What have I done up there? Maybe I can use that again. Sort of set it back slightly, like that. In fact, actually, we might use the whole. See if we can use that whole set. And even these as well. Sticking through, bugger. That's all fixable. So something to cut that off. Let's use that again. Fireworks have started. Keep hearing the fireworks. Do 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 do. So what I think is wrong here is that in the picture, oh, it's not too far off. I was going to say the proportion of the side, the width of the dormer versus the width of the window is quite different, but it's not too bad. Some of this crap out of the way. I just want to get this window done. I'll try and get this dormer done, and then I think that'll be the end. Wait, the music's gone again. There we go. Da, da, da. Okay. Oh, so I just shut that picture again. No, it's gone. Where's it gone? There it is. So, what am I putting in these gaps? I guess I could do this. starting to, yeah, starting to struggle a little bit, but I can just get my head around what I'm doing here. I'm filling this all in with. I feel like it. I could do it all just in the timber cladding again, I guess. I'll have some beams down there anyway. Something like this will be much simpler to build in PK. Not really. No, not especially, I wouldn't say. I mean, a bit, because you can stretch stuff and things, but you can only stretch stuff to a certain amount. You can't unlimitedly stretch stuff. So no, not really. It'll be pretty similar, I would say. Most of these sorts of things are, yeah, the difficult bit is just getting your head around how to do it. It's not really the like technique stuff. It's more the just, you know, kind of what you want. It's more I guess the more like the designy bits of it that make it harder. I don't think the tools. I really don't think Planet Zoo's tools really need, you know, kind of anything. Like the build tools we've got are not really going to be much better. In Prehistoric Kingdom, not from what we've seen. Trying to think what the examples of it being. I mean, there are a few things. There's stuff like the ability to kind of the stretch things, the what else is there? I think there'll be some things that are easier in terms of like actually building. So that one of the big things that pops into my head in terms of that will definitely be easier is the pathing system. Like the pathing system in Planet Zoo is a pain, and it's not in Prehistoric Kingdom. From what we've seen in the what we had in the beta. The fact that you can just the guests can just walk on stuff. You can just have them walk on stuff, and it's much more like a paintbrush. It's much more like you just kind of paint your paths in Prehistoric Kingdom. So from that point of view, but actually building wise, I don't know. I mean, there's a couple of things. The other thing is stuff like where there's like the automatic retexturing of something. So if you stretch a piece of mesh, for example, that mesh doesn't just like distort the piece. It actually the pattern grows. So it's definitely something that, but I don't think massively building wise. I mean, I would definitely say that anyone who's confident in building in Planet Zoo will have a, you know, will have a real, because the controls are really similar in a lot of ways. It's more, I would say what we're getting from Prehistoric Kingdom is more flexibility, I guess. The fact that switch on and off the grid and those sorts of things. But actually, you're seeing in a lot of this, like what I'm doing here, I wouldn't have been able to do without the grid, right? All that was built with the grid. And really, and once you kind of get your head around how to use the grid, I sort of am switching on and off the grid. So if I have that attached to that group of objects, that's on the grid. And if I don't have that selected, it's not on the grid. So it's sort of, you sort of already... Well, that window's not positioned well, is it? But yeah, I don't know. We shall see. I mean, the other thing as well is that we haven't seen everything from them yet. They're still working on it. It's still quite a way off. Still not right. It's not straight, is it? That's why. That's better. That's a bit better position. But yeah, getting confident in Planet Zoo's building is definitely a stepping stone to being confident in Prehistoric Kingdom's building. As I say, they are very similar. I think the places where they could make it better than this is maybe in stuff like around group management and things. Yeah, like the having to kind of work your way around things not kind of going in the direction you want them to go. So like what we had when I was trying to do that down there, there's no way for me to like pick up that and then align it to that. That would be pretty amazing. You can obviously align stuff to surface, but once you've picked up something that's like a group of objects, I can't align that to anything. I could put a new object down and align it to a surface, but I can't do that with a group. That would be pretty handy. That's the sort of thing that would make some improvements. But the other thing is a little bit of is like, for someone like me, you get to a point where you're just kind of working. Yeah, I said it the other day. It's problem solving. I really enjoy it's exactly the same. Weirdly, it's exactly the same thing that I really liked about building an Ark. It's problem solving. It's like you have a picture in your head. So you've got the creative idea in your head, and then it's how you kind of navigate your way around the tools in order to achieve that creative idea. This isn't looking great, to be fair. And so when you just get any kind of change to the tools is a little bit of a like, okay, I've now got to relearn all of that, which I'm fine with. And there is enough of a difference between Prehistoric Kingdom and this for me to know that when I start playing that again, I will have to be re-familiarising myself with the way it works. But there was I sort of made it just. Oh, it's still sticking out. Why is it sticking out? Why can't I get it to be exactly what I want it to be? Oh, that is the trim piece there that's sticking out. See, that's the actual archway. Okay, so that one needs to disappear. That's fine. Okay, we can make it work. I sort of made the decision with Prehistoric Kingdom that you could sort of tell that the build system was quite a long way off where they wanted it to be. Yeah, not the group management stuff at the moment isn't there to as much as they want it to be, and then not been able to undo. So I felt that I didn't want to kind of continue down the path of kind of learning a system that I know they're going to change anyway. So I'm not entirely sure at the moment whether I'm touching it again until Alpha comes out, which I think is supposed to be not that long away, if I remember rightly. I think this year. I can't really remember, to be honest. I get a bit forgetful with all the games, with all the stuff and things. Yeah, I don't remember. I think the alpha is supposed to be this year. December. I think it is December. Quite late in December. I've got it down somewhere. I've got it written down somewhere. December the 6th, alright, not late in December then at all. I think what Prehistoric Kingdom will have that will be easier is the kind of first stages, the terraforming and the kind of painting in your foliage and all that sort of stuff. Because again, that seems much more organic, and that it's all like, you know, as I say, it's painting in textures and painting in water and all that sort of stuff. Looks pretty cool. Well, that was a pain in the knackers. Right, so this all at the moment needs some variation of the colour as well, because it's all same colours. Okay, right, so let's just get a few of these. Why is that not showing the colour there? That's weird. Did nothing. Basically did bugger all. Okay, let's get this colour then. Better. Okay. Ba, ba, ba. Okay, so what we're actually going to do, let's just do a little bit of that as well. It's that same thing again. My gosh, I've been tabbing in and out because I'm watching a charity stream, but wow, that's so much progress in just a few hours. Yeah, it's looking alright, isn't it? Is it to do with the... There's the big Team C's thing. The big... It was all trending, isn't it, at the moment? With the Mr. Beast and all the whole bunch of other streamers. It's pretty cool to see. Not... did I say Teams? Yeah, Team C's, not Team Trees was before. Does it look spoopy? Sure about this detail. St. Jude's, alright, yeah. That's the big one, isn't it? Lots of people do stuff for St. Jude's. It's a kids' hospital or something, isn't it? Or like a trust. Something is wrong here. I'm not quite sure what it is. I feel like maybe this is slightly twisted. 24-hour Halloween stream and it had to set an alarm. You had to set an alarm to wake up. Nice, well done. Wonderful was for cancer research for kids. Nice. Yeah, there's a thing. There's a Macmillan thing, which is so Macmillan is like the cancer charity, not specifically for kids, but one of the big cancer charities in the UK. And there's a bit of a thing at the moment with streamers doing that as well. Yeah, that's better. It's a bit more consistent now. Okay, right. What's going on under there? I think maybe we'll just put in. Let's just spin that round. Just to give that just a bit more depth to it. It's better. So your theme for the building is still to be intact or run down. It's supposed to be realistic. It's not supposed to be particularly run down, but you know, the occasional kind of wonky tile and stuff. Right, let's have a look at that. What's that window look like again? So it's just a great big massive window, this. It's not that close. I mean, I'm mostly using the picture just as kind of ideas. Like the tower and everything is all, yeah, my roof is not anywhere near as steep as that and all that sort of stuff, but it's all right. I'm kind of all right with it. I think that's I much prefer using like references as just a point, like not trying to reproduce. Like trying to reproduce is pretty impossible because you always end up just getting, well, I do end up getting really frustrated. Yeah, the house in the picture is really different. Like that, the tower should be kind of hit like out here, much more like not kind of sat into the roof like that, which we definitely can't do, I'd assume. No, I'm not even gonna think about it. But yeah, I think it's way easier. Every time I've ever tried to recreate anything, in fact I've only done it a couple of times, and I did the recreation of Chester Zoo. There's the entrance of Chester Zoo. I got really frustrated because and I think it's just a bit of my personality, to be honest. It was like I was obsessing over it and trying to get it to be exactly a recreation, and it was just like not doable. So I much prefer just having like references just as somewhere to kind of start from. It's not really helpful because unless you build houses for a living, sometimes, at least for me, it's harder to remember houses that. Yeah, it's also just nice to have little bits that you can kind of look at and just kind of go, oh, that's kind of cool, and then maybe you like interpret. I think that's what I do most of the time. Is just like, you just start to interpret. So you look at I think what I do is I look at the picture and use that as something to sort of trigger an idea or a direction or whatever. But if you're just trying to, I find if you're just trying to recreate, it's not really all that fun. You just like, you're not really using any creative juices. Well, I don't. I just end up being like obsessing over it. There is a wooden arch, isn't there? Totally agree. People make recreations all the time in Minecraft, and to me, I just get frustrated and I'd rather make my own thing. Yeah. They have the exact same frustration as things not matching. Yeah. I think that's it. If you could kind of get it perfect. Oh. that's not kind of the scale I'm looking for. Then then I'd be able to be happy with it, but as soon as you can't get it perfect, then you're better off just sort of not trying to go down that route. That's not vaguely close. Hey Swifty, how you doing? Dot, 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 dot. I think it's impossible for game devs to add literally everything that's needed for every building. So there's always that imperfection. Yeah, it's the the shapes, the complexity of shapes. Yeah, if you look at that building in the reference picture, there's so many little details and things going on. I could get it more detailed, but yeah, it's just there's a point at which you're just like, well, if you're trying to recreate it, I find it less fun. Yeah, not bad, not bad. Thank you very much. What am I looking for here? I'm looking for an archway. Can that work? It's got that bloody thing on it again. I just want a plain wooden archway. That's rounded. Is there there's a plaster one? Brick, plaster. This isn't really what I wanted. It's not the right scale either. It's not what I want. It's nuts. Okay, that might be alright. Okay, let's try beam. Yeah, it's funny how it's not really I mean, it is a bit of a thing in the UK, but it's definitely not as big. It's like because I'm almost done with this sewing repair project. Just one toy left. Nice. What are you repairing? What are they? Like teddies. I cannot get this right. Maybe if it's in the right colour. Might work, we'll see. So that's like it's a little bit touch in there. Something's not right. There's definitely something slightly wonky about this whole arch. I don't know what it is. Literally, we have a giant box of broken dolls, toys, other things for probably over a decade in the corner, plus some bags. And I'm repairing them all so my papa can pick his favourites and we can donate the rest to the local animal shelter. Nice. Good on you. Da, 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 da. Need to save. That was a worrying little lag spike there. Good to hear. I'm good, yeah, but my eyes are so red I look like a zombie. Oh dear. Well, it's a good time to look like a zombie. Go out and scare some children. Go wander the neighbourhood. See if you can get some sweets. Someone might give you some sweets. Candy, I should say. What are these little spiky bits called? Arctic roof trim. I forget. I never remember what they're called. Reese's pumpkins before they're all gone. Oh, I love a bit of Reese's. What are Reese's pumpkins? They're just like big Reese's pieces things. I need to get some Reese's in my life. Reese's cup shaped like a pumpkin, but the peanut butter amount is like so much more. Nice. I'm definitely down for that. I might have to look on Amazon. I love a Reese's cup. I'm all about the Reese's peanut butter. Love it. They release certain shapes for holidays, like trees. So we get eggs for Easter. Yeah, it's just my spoopy house. We'll do the night in a second. I feel like this green needs to get knocked back a bit. It's all right up there, but down here, what have I done differently? I'll tell you what we could do that might help. Probably should have done this already. I know it's going to be a bit of a pain. Let's push it all back in a little bit because it's not the roof isn't overhanging, is it? Heads up that it melts like super easy. Super easy. Is it much of a thing? Air conditioning isn't much of a thing in the UK, and it's pretty cold at the moment. If it gets hot one day, puddles. So you're saying that if you enjoy the peanut butter more than the chocolate part, you'll probably enjoy it. It's also super soft. Oh, I see. Right, so you're saying that the whole thing can melt. It really, in my world, it wouldn't last. There wouldn't be long enough time between purchase and consumption for that to be a risk. It would be pretty much eaten before I'd got back from the shop. And if delivered by Amazon, gone moments later. Just moments later. That's helped, isn't it? Definitely. Just that little nudge. Funny. Thank you, Swifty. Yeah, I felt like I've definitely got better as we've been doing it. It's always difficult when you're because the details of the thing that brings it all together. I kind of knew, I had a picture in my head where we were heading. Well, and the picture up in the corner, but I kind of knew once I started detailing it, it would start to feel a bit better. Last stream was all just, nothing looks even vaguely spooky or even good in the last one, but I think this looks pretty cool so far. Yeah, I do like the eggs. They're like almost like Cadbury's. Well, you wouldn't know this one, but Cadbury's cream eggs, but with Reese's peanut butter inside them. Honestly, I'm just mesmerised by the highlighting and moving of stuff. It still blows me. What do you mean? And just the fact that you can move things completely freely. Is that what you mean? That's pretty cool, isn't it? I get chocolate all over my fingers immediately. Yeah, but no, see, the difference is that it comes straight from the packet into my mouth in one go, one foul swoop. And you've also now given me a reason to do that because of risk of melting. You know Cadbury's. To get Cadbury, so you're US, aren't you? Not Canada. Cadbury's chocolate is so much better than like Hershey's chocolate. Hershey's chocolate is vomit. I think it's powder. Is it that they make it from powdered milk? I think it's something like that, isn't it? That it's the chocolate is just made in a totally different way. I remember thinking that Hershey's chocolate tastes like Cadbury's chocolate that had bloomed. You know, like if you leave chocolate for too long. Again, no risk of this happening with me, but it gets that kind of like dusty white gubbins on it. Might want to add a spider exhibit to the house and also add some pumpkins. Although the most suitable are bats. They have not yet reached the game. Yeah, bats is I'd love to see bats in the game. We're definitely lacking that. I feel like this just needs to get just knocked back a little bit. Colour wise. Why is it not showing me where the bloody thing is? That's so annoying. It's actually getting... That's better. That's a bit better, a little bit more subtle. Hershey's, you're actually accurate on the vomit thing. There's a product in there that is the same in stomach bile. Ooh. Actually, everybody outside the US thinks that. It's completely valid because it's literally as acid. It has acid in it. Is that right? Chemical found in Hershey's chocolate, vomit, Parmesan cheese, and sour butter is called butyric acid. Really? Oh my god! What a bit. I've got an unhealthy love of Hershey's chocolate. Every few months I crave it. Have you ever tried, despite it being rubbish? Well, that's, to be fair, sometimes when you have something that's like that, it's like a... Yeah, it's got like a connection to something though, doesn't it? Sometimes you can have something that it's like you enjoy it because it's got some, I don't know, or you get the kind of the thrill out of it or the enjoyment out of it because it's got some connection to something that, you know, like you had that as a kid or something, that, or that smell of something that's like, crap. I wish I could use this because it's so cool, but I don't think I can. Lindor's good chocolate. I don't think I can use this. Shame it's because it's got that bit on the top, so it has to be like a column. If I do that, it sticks out. No, not the one. What's that got on it? I don't typically chocolate, but also really eat it because of the caffeine. Oh, right. There's but one who has the opportunity to try chocolate from different countries. Yeah, fair enough. I mean, you like what you like. There's nothing anyone can say. You know, if you like it, you like it. As I say, I think there's other things that, because your brain's, it's all just like your brain, isn't it? That's what's always fascinating, because everything you like is all your brain telling you like something. Every time you eat something and you enjoy it, you've only enjoyed that because your brain's told you you've enjoyed it. It's a bit like, you know, if you have like a glass of water, a cold glass of water, and you're really thirsty, water's amazing. But, or like, yeah, it's like the best thing ever. Americans have very little taste range for chocolate. I'm reading these all out of sync, by the way, because you're off on one, which is fine. It's good. So I'm just tapping in where I can. Yeah, I love white chocolate. To be fair, Baskin Robbins does have some decent chocolate. I'll tell you what we could do actually. Maybe we just kind of like lattice this. I don't think this is going to be what I want, but young William Winslow, big time streamer. Am I a big time streamer? I don't think so, dude. How you doing? Too much sugar in some of the American sweets. Yeah, but sometimes that's good. I remember going like road trips in America and going into the like gas stations and Walmarts and stuff and just being like, oh my god. Oh my god. Get it all in my face. Stuff it all in. Just coming out, yeah, having spent hardly anything, but coming out with so much crap that you couldn't believe it. Gas station goodies. And it doesn't matter how long the road trip is then. You're like, yeah, 14 hours? Fine. When's the next gas station? When's the next gas station so I can get some more of these laces or whatever it would be? Oh right, yeah, I see what you mean. I see what you mean now, Billy. Yeah, it's nice. It's not. No, it's really nice for it to be chatty. It's nice for it to be chatty. It's always cool when it's really chatty. And I mean, I like it all. I like streaming whatever. To be honest, I'm all right with just chatting away to myself most of the time. So if I need to, I'll just chat, fill the space. But I do sometimes feel a little bit guilty when I can't keep up with it, but it's not that often. So it tends to be much more in this sort of thing because I'm, trying to get stuff done as well. So like their tongue literally says, "Nah, man, it's not their fault." Like whenever anyone picks on someone for not liking the taste of something. To me, it's the same as making fun of someone for their height. Well, that's it. This goes back to what I was saying about all your taste is all made by your brain. So that's way more complicated than just saying things are nice and things are not nice. Well, because you can like something because you're craving it. I know that if I'm feeling a bit like anemic or something, or like having a steak is like literally that bit in Wally when he gets his solar panels out and recharges, like, and then I'll spend the rest of the day just kind of like buzzing around. So that would have been the best steak I'd had ever for that minute. And then if I'd had one the next day, I mean, it still would have been nice, but it would have just been not quite as the same. Not quite as. Most licorice is consumed in the Netherlands. I love a bit of licorice. Is that true? Most is in the Netherlands, is it? Big fan of licorice. It's an acquired taste, though, isn't it? A lot of people not too sure about it. Which rodents would you like to see in the game? Capybaras would be wicked, yeah. I would generally like to see, and I know I've said this like a million times, so I'm a bit of a broken record. Just more small stuff, more like small mammals. If you think about it, there's no mammal, there's no like exhibit mammal in the game, is there? What are those ones? Do you know what I'd love to see, but I can't remember the name of them? The little sort of mousy things that are related to elephants because they've got like a tapir trunk. What are they called? Where's Rem when you need him? Yeah, that was quite a nice little detail, I think. Right, what's going in here? I think it just goes back to being timber with a bit, kind of a decorative bit in the middle. Take a look at that snout, lad. Yeah, it's like a little mouse. Elephant shrew. Good shout. Is that right? Hang on, let's have a look. Elephant shrew. Yeah, that's the boy. That's so cool. Hold on, I'm showing you guys as well. Look at that little dude. Look at that little dude. Oh, you can't see it. Hold on. Look at that little guy. Look at his little nose. Too cute. Too cute. She basically right. But it tells you what it needs by craving things. Yeah. But those things are not always what it needs, though, right? Because you can... That's the whole thing, isn't it? It's like they're all... If you like a donut, like a donut is like perfectly engineered to be something that your body really can't handle because it thinks it wants it. It's all like, yeah, everything about a donut is perfect. It's not good for your body, but your body's it's all... It's a bit like that, there's that, what's that Morgan Spurlock thing? Morgan Spurlock did that documentary on McDonald's. No echidnas, no. Echidnas would be cool as well. There is a. I was to say. I mean, it's always the way, but you know, there were so many things that I would love to have seen in the Australia DLC that we didn't get. We didn't get the What's that? What are they called? The quokkas. We didn't get the quokkas. We didn't get a Tasmanian devil. Like I thought we were going to get a Tasmanian devil. Google quokka as well if you don't know what they are. QOKA, I think it is, but maybe QUOKA. No Tasmanian devil, no. No Tassies. The Pika. Do I know what a Pika is? Hold on. Pikachu? Oh yeah, that one's cute. Hold on. Look at that little chubba. Excuse me? Oh, that's not a bigger picture. Oh, we're so close to getting this damn dormer done. Yeah, the quokka. I've seen the quokkas actually. It's Rottnest Island, isn't it? That's got. I've been to Rottnest Island. It's is it Perth? I can't even remember. It's an island you have to go out to, or just off Perth. Maybe it's Brisbane. I don't even remember. No, I think it is Perth. They are super cool. Sugar glider, yeah. Do you know what? I watched random slight tangent, but I watched Flight of the Navigator today. And there's a little thing in there that little thing that he's got always reminds me of a sugar glider. Anyone remember this? Let me get the name. That is a good movie, Navigator. And I made the mistake though, Billy, of like looking up like whatever happened to this little kid, and it's not. You don't want to know. It's not good. It's another tragic tale of. He's alive, but it's not. It's another tragic tale. Apparently, there was a documentary made about him, probably on Netflix. In fact, I think it's on Prime. Like Life After Navigation or something like that, and it's basically about that kid and his issues growing up. It's so tragic. There's so many of those stories of like child actors just wrecked by their stardom. Not that I ever remember that little boy being in anything else, to be fair, but maybe that's the point. Maybe that's why it all went wrong for him. This is an animal host member basically porcupines, yeah. All of the small things. Someone said an Oceano pack. Mortigan said it. I feel like there's no reason why that they couldn't just do like Australia Pack 2 though, right? Or do that with a few different things. There's no platypus. Yeah, there's loads from Australia. We got the ones you had to have, really. I think Australia would have warranted an animal pack. Who was I watching earlier? I was watching Spoop there, who plays she plays this a bit, but she mostly plays Prehistoric Kingdom. She's from Melbourne. She was saying about how you know, people playing Planet Zoo think that Australia looks like the red centre, which is, you know, there's obviously a lot of cities and stuff that don't look like that. Why can't I change the colour of that lot exactly? The little thing that grabbed on the branch, yes, that little guy. I don't remember what it's called in the film, but he looks a bit. He always reminds me of a sugar glider. Raccoons. Yeah, there's so many, isn't there? There's so, when you like start to look at it, there's so many animals that would be amazing to have. And but that's a good thing. I mean, I do think there is a grounds for a. I do think there's grounds for a European pack as well. There's enough pretty cool animals that you could have. Maybe anyone. Beluxian pygmy jaboa. Or a lot of jaboas. Are jaboas real? I thought jaboas were just from Ark. I didn't realise they were actually a thing. I thought they were like a... Yeah, I didn't think they were real. The YouTuber with the gold paint makeup on bottom half. Yeah, Dr. Disillusion. Did a deep dive into the flight of the navigator. Oh, I think I've seen that. Yeah, I think I've seen that. Because is it not like pretty impressive? I think it's pretty impressive for its time. But there was a bit, it just made me chuckle. There was a bit where they're like reading his mind, because you know the kids come back from being in space or wherever he's been, abducted and taken away. And there's a bit when they're like reading his thoughts and stuff, and they're supposed to be I think they're supposed to be communicating with his kind of his subconscious. And they go and they're basically projecting all of his subconscious onto a computer screen. And it's one of those moments in films where it's just like clearly they didn't really understand, either just didn't really understand how computers work, or didn't really think that their audience did, and so didn't care. Because they basically, there's a bit where they're like that classic thing where there's like a graphical representation of something, and the woman goes, it's like searching, basically it's like starts off, he's searching for this planet and starts off showing all these like, you know, known, and this woman says he's searching through star charts, and then the next thing you know, up on the screen are a bunch of new things that we've never seen before, and they're all like, these aren't existing star charts, these have all been projected from his imagination. It's like, how does that work? how does the computer know how to do that then? Right, there's my win. I think that window's actually all right. Maybe we'll put another little nubby nub on top. Yeah, I watched it today. Phoenix. It was on telly. I was quite happy. Oh, it's going to be too much if I do something crazy big like that. Alright, let's get all this crap out of the way. Monsters of Men and Ghost in the Shell. Ghost in the Shell. Yeah, I don't know if I think I've seen that. Ghost in the Shell. Is that not scary? Is that not a scary thing? You're right. The voice does get a bit annoying. It does get a bit annoying, but it's you've got to, I think the thing is you've got to look at it with a lens of 80s on it, right? Like, give it that, just kind of go, it's got that kind of slightly kitsch, and the whole thing with the like Sarah Jessica Parker's character. It's just like, what? How does this make any sense? They basically just chucked her in as like a, he could be, and then there's like the little robot thing that drives around. just like, what is that? What is that all about? Yeah, I think that was pretty cool. I think we're going to carry on doing this, guys. It's not next time we do it, it's not going to be spoopy, but we should look at it what it looks like in spoopy times. So let's put the rain on, and we'll obviously don't look at this part. This part's not done. And obviously there's loads more to do down here, but I just don't think she was hot in a like needs a good meal type way, I guess. If that's your thing. Yeah, that looks alright. Get me a screenshot. I've got a little bit sticking through there. That needs to be sorted out. Is that my screenshot? Maybe that's my screenshot right there. Yeah, that'll do. Yeah, the lighting makes it much better. There's moon up there somewhere. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. I think that's definitely moved a big jump on. I thought it was going to be a big jump on this time. Starting to feel spoopy, isn't it? Right, so yeah, I'll do some more of this at some point. It is raining. It is raining. Let's get rid of that up in the corner. Yeah, I could add some red lights. Well, it needs all like a setting. It needs trees and things. So we'll probably have this as just a thing that we do every now and again. Maybe if the fancy takes me, I might do some more of it next week. Right, that's going to be it, guys. Thank you very much for hanging out. Much appreciate it. Go watch Flight of the Navigator if you haven't. And I will catch you. So I'm streaming on Twitch tomorrow, but then I'll be back on YouTube next week. Thank you, peeps. Have a good evening, day, whatever it is for you. And I'll catch you on the next one.